The world trembled. Not from earthquakes. Not from thunder. It trembled beneath a force it could not bear, a demonic presence, ancient and vast. The sky split open like torn flesh, crimson lightning bleeding through cracks in the light. Below me, there was only ash. Burned ruins. Twisted steel, the scent of scorched metal and silence. I'd seen this before, but each time, I hoped it would end differently. I knew who was here. Aratzels. His name was a whisper before extinction. A shadow that fell before the collapse. I descended through the last flicker of a holy portal. My wings blazed against the torn sky. I was ready to summon a legion, to call down the full might of heaven. I expected a monster. Instead, I saw him. Alone, standing at the edge of the rift. His long black hair floated in the magical storm. Wings darker than void itself touched the ground. Curved horns split the sky behind him, sharp, jagged, divine in their cruelty. And yet, there was nothing on his face. No fury, no triumph. He turned toward me, and his eyes, those glowing crimson eyes, held no rage. "You," I spoke, barely breathing. "Was it you who destroyed this world?" He glanced at the ruins, then looked back at me.
Destroyed? No. I simply watched.
I didn't understand. "Watched," I echoed. "This world is dying, falling apart. And you're just standing here." He nodded toward the horizon, where distant shapes still fought, shadows within the storm.
I gave them power. I wanted to see what they'd do with it. I didn't lead them to ruin. They walked there on their own.
Light shuddered around me. I had no words. No frame to place this in. "You gave them strength so they could destroy themselves?" He gave a faint shrug, as if it meant nothing, or everything.
No. I hoped they'd rise beyond their instincts, that they'd rewrite their fate. But as always, they chose ambition.
I stepped closer. The air around me flared, not as a threat, but a cry for answers. "So you're playing with them?"
No. I give choice. I watch. I don't destroy. They reveal who they are.
"But you could have stopped them," I whispered. "You could have helped." For the first time, he looked away.
Why? To impose my will? To twist their path into mine? You see evil in me. But perhaps I simply refuse to interfere.
"Then what are you waiting for?" I asked. He was silent for a long time, and then he answered,
A miracle. That someone, anyone, will use that power to create, not conquer. That they'll rise, not fall. But it never happens. It always ends the same.
His wings folded, closing around him like a curtain. He turned away, and I stood there, hollow. Everything I'd been taught broke apart. "You're not what they say you are," I said softly, "and I don't know what to do with that." He glanced back at me, not as a demon, but as something else.
Don't worry. I don't know either.
The wind carried ash between us. We stood there, angel and demon, light and dark, but we did not move closer. And maybe that's why. The endings never change.